Hello and a very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching The Big Picture with your host Kriti Mishra. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today interacted with field officials from states and districts to converse about their experience in handling the pandemic. Describing state and district officials as field commanders in the fight against COVID-19, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that localized containment zones, aggressive testing, and sharing correct and complete information with people are weapons to defeat this pandemic. Prime Minister also said that they were free to innovate to suit their local requirements and asked them to share their feedback about any change in policy without any inhibition. Prime Minister reiterated that testing, tracking, treatment, and COVID appropriate behavior are some of the key things required to check the spread of the virus. Officials from Karnataka, Bihar, Assam, Chandigarh, Tamil Nadu, Uttarakhand, MP, Goa, Himachal Pradesh, and Delhi also took part in this meeting. And to analyze this very crucial interaction of Prime Minister with the field officials from states and districts in the wake of this pandemic, I'm joined by very eminent guests. Joining us on the program, Dr. K. Madan Gopal, Senior Consultant, Health, Niti Aayog, and also Dr. B.L. Sherwal, Director, Rajiv Gandhi Super Speciality Hospital. Welcome to Rajya Sabha Television, gentlemen. And Dr. Gopal, coming to you first, what were the big takeaways for you from this very important interaction that Prime Minister held with the states and districts officials?
It was very much required interaction. In fact, during this interaction, one of the highlights is that he has mentioned all the district officials, all the district magistrates as the commander-in-chief of the districts. They have to lead by example so that the motivation, right from motivating the staff, right from creating a Jan Andolan kind of thing, involvement of the people representative of all the parties, then ensuring that the logistics and other things, they move in the right direction, containment measures are taken. So that means whatever a commander-in-chief has to do, the district magistrates have to play that role of commander-in-chief, looking after all aspects of the pandemic control. Guidelines are there. The guidelines, he can innovate if it is in the interest and benefit of the districts. That is a very, very key message. That means they are free to innovate in the interest of the district and see that how best they can control this pandemic. It shows that the virus is there and we have to see that how we protect each and every individual. None of the individuals should be dying of this. That's the whole aspirational thing. But the whole focus is on that none of the people should die of corona. That should be our motto and that should be the objectives. And all of the efforts made by this were commended that all the people are doing good efforts. More focus was given on containment measures, the preventive strategies, because whatever number of facilities and other things which you make, unless you focus on preventing disease through appropriate behavior and vaccination and the effective containment for suppression of this, then testing to detect the persons, trace the contacts of that tested person, then isolate that person, treat that person. These are the basic things he has focused on that. But very important thing is that the leadership role which the district magistrates and other people are doing, he has appreciated that thing and told that they are free to innovate, they are commander-in-chief of the districts and they are responsible for each and every life of the district. Over to you, please.
Absolutely. So they are field commanders and they're free to innovate. And Dr. Sherwal, the battle against COVID-19 across various states and districts is being led at the cutting edge by these field level officials. Many of them have shown great initiative and come out with imaginative solutions. A better appreciation of such initiatives will certainly help towards developing effective response plan, targeted strategy implementation, and also support necessary policy intervention, sir.
Definitely, actually, that people who are working in the field and find one morning, if you find that the head of the nation is interacting with you, so that is in itself is a huge, motivation. And then when he pats you at your back, that whatever you are doing wonderful. And once like the DM in the district is very, very important, and it can lead by example, which Honorable Prime Minister has also said, because if you see the geographical area of various sites today addressed is totally different. So there are different challenges. So there are different ways to tackle it. Now we are fighting for the common cause, but there can be a little bit of changes, a little bit of things to address the local area complaints, and now the things are basic, which are Dr. Gopal has also said that all testing, tracking and treating, and also the appropriate COVID behavior. We all know that. But if it is coming from the Honorable Prime Minister and stressing it, and what is the importance of all these, plus how he is concerned about the disease reaching in the rural area, there we are really we are afraid that once the disease goes to the rural area, their facilities which are there in the urban area, we all know that our rural area is not having those benefit medical facilities. So it is really nice that he has added, and how he has given the freedom to the DM that they can take it as they feel like, they can innovate, and they can address and do whatever they feel like to contain and to treat, so that not even a single death should be there, because death is one thing which is common. So all life are precious, whether it is Raja or Rang, I'll say everyone is important. So we should try to save each life. So that was the motto which I could see, and I'll further say that these meetings should be frequent, so that more and more people can be in direct touch to the head of the state or head of the country. So that is always motivational for the person who's really pressing their everything in the battle to tackle the COVID. Thank you.
So you made two very important points about rural areas, and second about the innovative solutions. We'll take both the points one by one. First of all, talking about the rural areas. Now, Dr. Gopal, Prime Minister also said that a lot of attention has to be paid to rural and remote areas during the second wave of the pandemic. So what is your understanding of the scale and speed of spread of COVID-19 in our rural areas? Because India's fight against the pandemic will largely depend on how quickly we equip our villages.
If you look at the first wave, way back when the migratory population started going to the villages collectively, they came up with the quarantine center. That's the best practices in some of the places. They are usually very collective in taking action. They will not allow infection to come inside. If somebody is infected, they will ensure that the quarantine measures are taken properly. That kind of collectiveness is there. So that preparedness has already started because they are all used to that. They needs to be sounded. One of the important things which has been highlighted by our Honorable Prime Minister is that we have to involve all the people representative, all the communities, we have to involve them, and with their help we will see that how the containment measures are taken, how the person who is sick, how the survey, the door-to-door campaign and door-to-door survey can happen for identifying the people. One of the drugs is detection of the persons, how to detect that person. With the help of these people, because each village can protect itself, it has to be that kind of containment. If one village is affected, the other village should ensure that no infected person should be coming here, or that infection doesn't come to that villages. That kind of containment measures are to be taken. Wherever the infections are less, they have to be more guarded. They should not be lowering the guard. They should be enforcing more stringent measures, more effective measures, not stringent measures, effective measures in seeing that even a single person is there, they should try to trace the contacts of that person, motivate that person for testing, as well as rural testing is also being ramped up in a big way. That means effectively what message is that each and every village as a collective effort, they would be they would be having some measures to contain the measures, do preventive activities, to generate awareness about the proper behavior, generate awareness about this. One of the important highlights is generating awareness. The focus has been on the generating awareness thing. So as a result, what happened, even if the infection is may go to the rural areas, but if this kind of activity started, obviously we will be able to contain the spread of the infection, and we won't be able to we will be able to contain the catastrophe due to this the infection.
Of course, so the entire focus has to be on creating awareness, especially in our rural and remote areas. But Dr. Sherwal, you were also talking about innovative methods and ideas. Now, today, Prime Minister also asked the district officials to send their innovative ideas for tackling the pandemic to him so that the successful models can be replicated elsewhere in the country. He also assured the district authorities of centers unhindered support in terms of novel strategies to contain the infection. Sir, this is a very important statement because every part of the country has different sets of problems and therefore needs different solutions.
Yes, few days back, actually, I'll say that there are, so many messages or wrong messages get circulated through the WhatsApp. But I was really pleased to, learn that one DM, who is a doctor in Nandrabar, how he himself, I have visited that, town for an inspection of a medical college which never existed there. So that was a surprising thing. I know how difficult is there to reach. And then whatever he has done, which I think whether it is generating of the oxygen, creating the bed for taking care of the patients, and availability of the equipments. So that was really wonderful. And the effect of that is that the positivity rate is there, very low, and people are really appreciating the effort of that. So these are the innovations which can come from anywhere. It is not, sitting in metropolitan cities only. We have ideas, but people who are really struggling with the places where they are posted, so they definitely know that area, what are the difficulties, and how, if in any case this pandemic reaches to the distant places, then there nobody, say there to come from outside. Let us first learn how to utilize our own available resources. That is the first thing. So if you are thrown into the water, if you don't try to save yourself and just believe that somebody will come and save me, then I'm sorry that it is not the right approach. So whatever the resources we have, it is always there that you should first try to, if not swim, at least you have to move your hand. So make the alarm so that the help can be reached there. So that is just an example I'm telling. So same is true for, in the fight against the COVID. The basic thing is that more and more people should join hands, should cooperate. Different masses, whether it is medical, whether it is police, whether it is administration, and people from general works, they should all unite and they should fight unitedly and make the awareness in the rural area and remove all the myth which people are saying that ये तो परमात्मा का प्रकोप है या देवी का प्रकोप है. Those things should be removed, and the people in the rural are innocent, Shakti. If you teach them the right way, they really learn. And I come from a small village, so I know what are the issues which are there in the small villages. So I'll say that it is just the way to reach to them, and how we have to basically take them together. And I am hopeful that they will be better in taking care of the COVID, whether it is control or whether it is isolation. Yes, the issue regarding the treatment and management are limitations. There we have to join hand with them, and should come and help the rural area. We can create some temporary infrastructure like we have done in Delhi. You might have heard the two Ramlila grounds has been converted into the ICU, 500 bed ICU each. So these are very learning lessons for us, and these can be replicated in the small towns, small villages where no facility is available, and we can take these. And I think I will request all the medical fraternity to now it is the time to move from cities, metropolitans to villages. They really need us now in the need of hour. I think we should go there and try to help. I know our medical fraternity are doing wonderful job, and since last almost 1.5 years, donning the PPE kits, and how hard they are working. But let us I'll say that is the last leg, and now it is coming to hit the younger children, and it is coming to hit the rural area people. They really need, as far as medical care is concerned, they are part and parcel of they are our brothers and sisters. I think the people who are enjoying in the urban area, it is a time that the rural area or the farmers or the laborers, they are working for the uplift of the country, and it is time to give them back.
Absolutely, sir. But you also made a very important point about the myths associated with this pandemic and also with vaccination. Dr. Gopal, Prime Minister, also said that vaccines offer the best exit strategy from the pandemic, and we need to fight the myths. But taking vaccination to rural India is a complex task. How do we fight the myths associated with the vaccine and also with this pandemic?
It's not a difficult task, Kriti. If you look at the vaccination, national immunization, which we have been doing for last many years, we have doing outreach sessions in the sub-center and villages. That is there. In sub-center areas, we do have facility for doing immunization. That means at a population of 3,000 to 5,000, you have this vaccine reaches to that. From there, it goes to a village level also. That kind of network is there. Only thing which, as the doctor has pointed out, that is a hesitancy part and the awareness part. In the rural areas, if you give correct information, they will come forward. So as a result, what happened? If some misconception is there, it's a sardi jukam hai, nothing is going to happen. That kind of misconceptions are there. That's why our Prime Minister, he has stressed on the need for giving proper information about corona, proper information about the vaccination, so that whatever myths and taboos are associated with this, they have been addressed. For that, he has requested that it should be taken in the form of a Jan Andolan involving all the people from all walks of life, so that together we will fight against this coronavirus. That was the message given. Lot of awareness activities are to be done. For that, if you have seen that around a few days back, the ministry has released the guidelines for peri-urban and the rural areas for management of this. That guidelines are already there. Apart from that, the preparedness activities are there. The three things simultaneously. One is the detection of the cases, the other thing is the prevention of this, and the third is the treatment of this. So it revolves around this three aspects only. So what are we doing for the treatment aspect? We are involving the Panchayati Raj institutions as well as the ground level things for creating structures, as well as providing oxygen concentrator. That kind of things are coming up. For suppression of this, you are having an effective strategy in the form. I'm just repeating for the sake of repetition, because unless it is repeated, people will not understand the importance of all these strategies. Containment.
Yes.
micro containment, and that kind of measures are there. Then the next is the whole of the efforts will come into play when you detect the patients. For that, you have to create awareness that if somebody is having symptoms, somebody is exposed to a person, they should come forward and say that these are the I need to get myself tested. Apart from the government would be ramping up their facilities, that is going side by side. But awareness campaign is also going side by side. But people should also come forward and get themselves tested. If you are detected, then your contacts can be traced and that they can be isolated. Then you can be given an effective treatment. There are many innovation, as the sir has mentioned about the model of Nandurbar district. When all the states after the first phase, they were thinking that this wave has come down, they have started dismantling the facilities. But district collector, being a doctor, after seeing the surges in the Western countries, he thought that let us prepare for the next wave based on the surges seen experienced in the Western countries. He started up having that structures in place. He started up ramping up the oxygen facilities. That kind of innovation, the efforts which they have taken, he has not gone beyond any of this, but he has used his wisdom and other things for seeing that this wave can come, and so he has to prepare for himself. Now, apart from that, railways during the first phase, they have given coaches. He has utilized the coach. Maximum utilization of the railway coaches have happened in Nandurbar. Right. That coaches are there. They have displayed. In each coach, you can have around 16 people can be catered to that. And everywhere 11, 12 coaches at the range of 11 to 11, 12 coaches, railways are providing that thing. And they have utilized it very effectively in a very innovative way. That kind of thing can be emulated. Other thing is about the awareness. We all talk about the traditional medicine, and the traditional medicine is quite accepted among the people. What in the Tamil Nadu they are doing along with the other treatment, they are providing the traditional treatment for the milder cases. All of anybody coming who are symptomatic, who are mild, they are being provided treatment. That kind of innovations are left to the district collector, who are commander-in-chief of the districts, who can take whatever in the interest of the lives of the people, they can innovate, so that if the lives are prevented, their innovation. The guidelines and other things, they are fully guiding, but if the person innovates for the interest of the person, interest of the lives of the people in that district, they are most welcome, and Prime Minister has encouraged to do that kind of innovation and share that experiences, so that can be shared with the other districts.
Absolutely, and as both of the panelists are pointing out about Nandurbar district, I'm sure the DM has a lot of lessons, a lot of learnings that he had to share with others. But another important point that I'd like to touch upon, Dr. Sherwal, India's active COVID cases saw a net reduction of 55,344 in a day. But as Prime Minister said, we need to be more vigilant in the face of the decreasing data. What is your message to the district officials and the state officials there?
It is, on one side, it is very good that the number of cases is decreasing. And it is said that as the number of cases has gone up, so usually it is said that it usually come down in the same way. But at the same time, we should not relax as has been there in the previous first wave, and after I think December, we were all relaxed, including authorities and the general public. Everybody relaxed, and then we decided that it is over, and we are Indians, and we have won over the COVID. Now the other countries like US and UK were really fighting with COVID second wave that time, but we never realized that it is going to come to us also. So now it is the time that whether the number of cases has now decreased, and basically our mind goes as per the situation actually. So we definitely we get relaxed, but at the same time we have to be vigilant and ready that it can come back anytime. And this time we should not give chance to COVID to be so devastating as during the second wave. I'll say that we were caught unaware, and that is why more and more people got infected, and it was so severe. And we have seen that number of deaths. And being head of the institute, I've seen it is not a happy scene. Basically, seeing number of deaths daily. So definitely, we will say that we should educate people, and the good thing is that it is only the basic thing is those that distance, maintain the physical distance of 2 gaz, and appropriate behavior, which include the mask, which is the most important thing. Now we all now aware that it is main spreading mainly through the air, and we inhale the air. So that is very important, that if we are living at a place where there are COVID cases or no COVID cases, but next, let us see, 6 months or 1 year, we have to be very vigilant, and we should basically be particular that every person we are talking about is a COVID positive. So if we take care of that and wear our mask properly, I think there is no way that COVID will have a source to enter into the body, because the virus can survive only in the human beings.
Yes.
Now people are saying that it stay on the hard surfaces, but doesn't matter. But it don't have any role in as far as spreading the disease is concerned. Very only a few cases have been reported, but not majorly. I'll say that it is only through respiratory system. So that is the most important thing. We should not relax, and we should know that the pandemic usually settle after 2, 3, or maybe 3, 4 waves. So we should be ready for the next wave, and but this time we should be able to face in a better wave, and automatically the loss which we have suffered during the second wave, that can be avoided.
And as you're saying that we have to be meticulous at all times. And I just have last 60 seconds on the show and closing comments from both my guests. The fulcrum of today's interaction was that every single life is important and every single life has to be saved. And apart from fighting COVID, these officials also have to ensure and take care of ease of living of every citizen of the district. Closing comments from both my guests. Dr. Gopal, first to you, and then Dr. Sherwal.
Just one thing, when we have experienced climbing trees during our childhood, when we are climbing trees, there is no caution is required. But once we are descending the tree, during the last step, you have to be very careful. Otherwise, you will break your hand or you will break your leg. Similarly, when the cases are coming down, we have to be very vigilant. Even a single case, you have to ensure that containment measures are proper, tracking is proper, the person who has tracked, they are isolated, they are quarantined, whatever measures have to be taken. This is the time not to be lowering our guard. Though the cases coming down, as we have experienced when we are climbing down, you have to be very careful. Otherwise, the mischief can happen.
Dr. Sherwal, your closing comments.
I'll just request masses to go and line up for their vaccination term, and I'll just request, do not hesitate to get the shot. Please, and go and take vaccine as soon as possible. Ask your friends, ask your family members, and whosoever is entitled to get vaccination at this point of time should get vaccination.
All right, so let us not lower our guard at any moment. On that note, Dr. Sherwal, Dr. Gopal, thank you so much for joining us on this edition of The Big Picture. Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition of The Big Picture. Take care, goodbye, and stay tuned.